This is Brett, and I'm at the mall. I wanted to go look at Aerie and then at Victoria's Secret because I need some new bras. But as I was driving here, I was in downtown Chicago earlier, and I'm going to put on some makeup. So then I'm going to come back and show you that I'm not going to go in the mall looking this unmade up. But I was thinking about all the millennials who have amazing channels. I watch so many of them, they're awesome. And some of the stuff that they share is really valuable. But I was listening to 80s music on my drive back to Chicago. They had just had a roll. They were playing some really great stuff. And I was thinking that if we had YouTube, the over 50 generation, when we were younger, I'm trying to think of the things that we would tell people how to do in a video. I mean, of course, there would always be the fashion videos, you know, how to wear your... Here would be one that we could do. I thought about, and I started laughing because I was thinking of all the funny things that we can talk about in our videos. We could be like, how to zip up your high-waisted Jordache jeans. Or your Sassoon, how to wear designer jeans, how to lay on the couch and zip them up, and what size to get them in. Always 2 sizes smaller than you really were. And then I was thinking about, you know, how to hitchhike without getting killed. How to get into a nightclub with just your birth certificate, because that's the way it used to be. I remember I lived in New Jersey. The drinking age was 17, and we used to get into nightclubs with our birth certificate when we were 16. You know, and I think about all the crazy things that happened in the 80s and the 70s, a very decadent time. You know, all the crazy clubs in New York, how to sneak into a nightclub without getting caught. Funny, how to carry around an extra large size can of hairspray in your purse for nightclubs, because in the 80s, gosh, you'd go into the bathroom and girls, I mean, I had huge hair too. We'd all be spraying our hair, and, you know, it just was such a different time. It really was. Okay, everyone, now I have my makeup on and I feel that it is safe to go inside the mall. I'm one of those people that looks like so different with makeup on and without, right? It's like night and day. But I wanted to say that another thing, so we were talking about what we would be putting on YouTube videos instead of the millennials if we were young and there was such thing as YouTube. And there's a whole slew of things that we could talk about. I mean, I can remember we could be like how to sew patches on your jeans. I remember in the 70s in high school, we all used to have patches all over the butts of our jeans, and how to dress new wave, so I think that basically fashion and beauty would still be a huge topic. Especially in the 80s when we wore so much makeup, like how to curl your hair, those little bangs we used to wear rolled up in the front. I mean, how to get your hair full and to feather like Farrah Fawcett. I mean, I could just see there'd be all these videos that we could do that were relevant to the era which we grew up. But I just want to share with you, we're the generation, those of us born in the 60s, of the divorced parents era. I mean, there's just probably a whole slew of dysfunctional. My whole age group was probably mentally damaged and somewhat dysfunctional from all the crazy stuff that happened. A lot of my friends and I get together and talk, and most of us all had divorced parents, but it was like the first generation of a group of highly divorced parents. I mean, people would it was like the generation of the divorce, and they didn't really know how to do it. And so kids are walking around, you know, with one wing. Really, we really went through a lot. I remember both of my parents have been married, you know, 3 times. So it's just like, wow, you know, back and forth between the parents, craziness, parents busy. My mom, great job, always busy working. You know, it was hard to keep track of everybody all the time. It was just really a different time. And I would never trade it to grow up now, because I really value not having technology when I was younger and all the wonderful ways you develop as a person without it. But I just thought it would be really funny. And if anybody could think of any funny things that they think that they would be blogging about or vlogging about, please place in the comments below and share. Okay, on to my makeup. I have a favorite blush, speaking of the 1970s, that I have been wearing for years. It's by Clinique, and it's called Chestnut Blush. And it was probably the first makeup I ever wore besides Maybelline Pink, the little Maybelline Pink mascara with the green tube. And forgive me, I'm holding my camera, so it's going to be a little shaky. But so the mascara that I'm obsessed with, I'm going to go in and see if I can. My son needs some Clinique moisturizer, so I thought I would see if they have any of the Chestnut Blush, and I'll show it to you. And you know that I'm all a huge Avon fan. I'm in love with this Avon Big Lash Mascara. I want to show you this brush, but that doesn't mean I don't like other makeup just because I sell Avon. I just think that they have superior products for the price point. But look at this brush. Look at that. I have paid, I mean, I've used Benefit, I've used so many mascaras, and a lot of even Maybelline have this similar brush, but this really gives my lashes, it really makes them long and beautiful. I really love it. Other thing that I'm still loving, I shared with you the Mark lip paint, the lip vinyl, but what I'm loving is I'm using it as blush on my cheeks. It has this really creamy kind of tacky texture, and it goes on beautifully. That's what I have on my lips now. I actually have this mixed with something else, but this I'm loving for lips and blush. And if you can see, these are my favorite. These are my 3 favorite pink Avon lip glosses and lipstick. One that I have on is the one to my left, and it's called Cozy Double, and I just really, really love it. It's such a beautiful shade of pink, and I think, look, it works great as a blush and it stays on. So, and the Chestnut Blush by Clinique that I love is just a little more brown. It has that 70s brown to it. I can remember, I was living in California. I was living in California. It was the 1970s, and my stepmother had some in her vanity closet. And my girlfriend and I met this girl who lived down the street, and we both smoked at the time. Is that so awful? And my stepmother smoked Virginia Slim, so we would sneak in and we would take a pack of her cigarettes, and we would go sit out by the pool, and we would look at Teen Magazine and put on our Clinique blush. And I've been wearing that blush ever since. It really is a beautiful blush. Especially, you know how you know you love a makeup is when you're young and you don't wear a lot of makeup and your skin is natural. I wasn't wearing probably a lot of eye makeup, just probably some mascara, and I would put that blush on and it would change the whole look. I'm sorry, I'm just adjusting my lighting. It would change the whole look of my face. Like, I felt prettier. It was just such a lovely, natural 70s. So loving my new Avon mascara and loving this lip pout from like 4 weeks ago. I would buy it again, the lip vinyl from Mark in this Cozy Double. I guess I said that's what it was called. So I think that we could get together and think of a bunch of things that we could put on videos. Leave your comments below if you can think of some fun video that if we had YouTube back in the 70s and 80s and even the 60s, what would we be talking about? What are the things that we would be teaching other people how to do or sharing? I think it's really a fun anthropological commentary on where we are, and as Virginia Slims would say, you've come a long way, baby. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll show you my new blush when I get it. All right, bye.